Look up there! That's the Jade Chamber! This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is. Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, let's look around. There has to be a way up there. Thingy. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber. No way, just trespass.
You lead the way.
Here. Surprise! Over here. Surprise! Yeah! Zip on up! Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top and... Huh? Why? Or... Oh, Paimon gets it! If it was... Alright, let's follow... Oh. Hang up, looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista? No. Oh, that's right! Now that you mention it, we could use the...
Just as I expected.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. What are you We're invited guests. What makes... No. Wait. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but now Paimon's mad.
What? We're just on guard duty. What
What nonsense! Seize the...
Well, Hear
Force, my blade. Spirit blade. Attack!
Cue the spotlight!
Tactical! Who goes there? Take the target alive!
By royal decree!
Quake! From whence you came!
Beaten to arms! Attack!
Swift and merciful!
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Spirit blade! Attack!
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Coaching, these two strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the...
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes?
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some...
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair. And yet, these Millilith are just here to guard the scene. Not to...
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery. Even to the Qixing.
That was... Huh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious error.
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as some... Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit... I'll say it like it is.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's...
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that how surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Li... I'll stop here. Honestly, I had an intent. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be... The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor.
Favor? But... Wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourself. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty... So, what should we give... Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of... Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for us. Why don't we go with that for a gift? With a certain boom shakalaka, of course. Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for... Did you hear that? No! That was definitely... Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure...
There's no end to this. A touch of frost.
Be amazed!
Spirit blade. Attack. Forth, my blade.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Submit for judgment.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell.
I was not...
I understand. Don't say that. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jeweler. I never expected that those treasure hoarders... Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks.
Wait a moment. Actually,
Oh? And what might...
do you have a box that can store presents?
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know.
Great! I'm on sugar-frosted slime now. A guy called Meng Dan told us that we could get a...
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue to... Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140...
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure, please help yourselves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, it's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime!
Oh, yes. You might want to use these two freshly picked...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's... According to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many
It's not convenient to speak of no-
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which,
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang! Since this is our first meeting...
Oh, for me. You have my thanks.
Oh no, it's nothing.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this, I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, one day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait! Was Ver Goldet one of your...
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista, yes? I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from... Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions? That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them, hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
Who's this enemy you're...
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come...
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? If possible. But if you were to choose the more You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, but after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long... Well, I must say that I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for Leo's sake, we cannot... Indeed. It seems that I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stay. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only... Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends...
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in...
Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently.
Yay! Paimon was... One of the sheets... Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets... Just imagine. Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there. La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it... Sigil of permission, something, Fatui, research, copy. Aw, that doesn't sound like This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spot... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. But research on the Sigil of permission? Speaking of which, there's also some connection between... Oh, well, should we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we... That's way out of pipe. Anyway, before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out... There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us, too. Over here!
A touch of frost.
I must collect myself.
Barely a scratch.
Stay right there.
Yeah.
Let's end this quickly.
To dust!
You must counterattack.
One with my blade.
Waste time.
From whence you came!
This is bad.
I cannot underestimate.
Almost.
Terra Smash!
Let's end this quickly. Let's not waste time. Let's end this quickly.
Forth, my blade!
Step on up! By royal decree!
Let's get out there and make...
You'll get frostbite.
Don't get too close!
Let's end this
Shadow
quickly.
Wizard! Let night fall!
Submit for judgment! One with my blade!
Stay right there. I must collect myself. I must counterattack.
Check this out! I got you covered! A touch of frost! Spirit Blade! Attack!
Time for a flash freeze.
Fire it up!
Chill to the bone.
Take cover. This is trouble.
Don't get too close! One with my blade! Fire it up! Submit for judgment! Check this out!
It's no problem.
Oz, reveal!
A touch of frost!
Disgusting.
Swift and merciful.
Hurry up.
By royal decree.
Don't get too close!
From whence you came.
You need to hurry up.
A touch of frost.
This one's well done. You need to hurry up.
Here's backup!
Fry.
Check this out!
On, reveal thyself.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
This one's well
One
done.
with my blade!
Spirit blade. Attack.
You need to hurry up. Roast and fry.
A touch of frost.
You need to hurry up.
Quake. Swift and merciful.
You need to hurry up.
Submit for judgment.
This one's well done. You need to hurry up.
A touch of frost.
Roast and fry. This one's well done.
By royal decree.
An unfortunate fault. Goes through.
One with my blade. From whence you came.
This should be fun.
No rest for the wicked.
Don't get too close!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
How can this be?
Swift and merciful.
My work finished.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. Paimon's seen this. Oh, Paimon knows. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up? Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord talismans like that were once used in the... Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of being able to channel divine power in battle? And the plot thickens. All right, that's the last stop on our rite of part. Let's go, Paimon.
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade?
It was so big and pretty and expensive.
Indeed. It's second to none. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's... Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that...
Oh. So you also met with
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the...
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Kuching, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman although she's friendly. There's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of...
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the...
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that.
That is how the Fatui have always been. No matter what they may be planning.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of...
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies. But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending...
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war, of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grow. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct. Your singing will surely...
So how good is your singing? Really? What?
We'll only know once he starts.
It's time to sing, whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand Carolina?
One with my blade. Spirit blade. Attack! To dust!
Odds revealed.
A touch of frost. Submit for judgment.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Forth my blade. From whence you came. Spirit blade. Attack!
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't...
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long.
Well, that's nice and all, but...
Unfortunately...
That's so...
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember... Ah! that reminds me.
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get...
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something seems a little off. She's acting different from the...
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely... Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days...
Oh, so...
No, it's quite all right. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex... Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of the other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas this means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first...
So what do you think of this?
Huh? This... As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine, but as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality.
Huh? Did you just...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this let's save that I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've...
We dare not refuse.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you...
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really know your stuff?
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, if you would excuse me.
And that just about does it. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a...
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him...
I've had enough ventures in my life. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires... So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine.
Wow. See? Jean? All right. I think it's about...
There is no purer form of water than rain. It can aid us greatly in the purging of evil.
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and... the Vitui?
This atmosphere is highly abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened. We should ask around a little, just to be safe.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are
desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hidden in...
It seems inevitable.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two...
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not...
Their boneheadedness is known throughout...
And what now?
That's all Ning... She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of... Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your action...
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity? Neither path is an...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up.
Things are taking a turn for... I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Consider your next course of action carefully.
Having connections with the... So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the few? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see, he must be waiting for the moment when no... But where could we find... Where would he go at a time like this? The golden house? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora... Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got... But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like a dream... Oh, right! That it's quiet. Too quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paima, quick! We have to go make sure that the
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross. And you're... Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are real...
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blood. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen.
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. I'm coming.
From whence you came!
Run all you like! Celestial Voyager!
Ready, steady, go!
Cowering already? So quick to flee.
By royal decree!
You're wide open!
Submit for judgment! Forth, my blade!
A clear shot! Not bad, not bad. Poor timing. You've made some progress. How? Not bad. You've got a trick or two. Good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. Fire it up! You've got some skills. A touch of frost. Something else catch your eye? Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing it to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking more Axis Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it!
Don't get too close! A touch of frost.
Let's dance. Ink!
Submit for judgment. Die here.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I summon.
Forth, my blade.
I got you covered.
Let the show begin.
A touch of frost. merciful! From whence you came!
You're cut above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis. No matter—
That's what we've been trying to tell—
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in—
Pretty sure that's not the—
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion.
What? So you mean that—
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuver. As such, we must now look—
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away and the truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's—
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the—
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago!
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey! Those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now! The Fatui have been researching them!
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation, but knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters— Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden... Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan... Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's present, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to—
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against... So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Lilith. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Forth, my blade! Spirit blade! Attack!
No excuse for such. No
A touch of
slacking off.
frost!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Looks like I went too far.
Swift and merciful! From whence you came!
I miscalculated.
By royal
First.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
I'll protect us.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Spirit blade! Attack!
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were
to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Cars. Wow, it's Madam King's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
Don't get too close.
Looks like I need time for it right there. My work finished.
A touch of frost from whence you came.
I guess. Let's move. Too low.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Over here!
This isn't good.
Systems shine.
A touch of frost. Submit for judgment.
My duty.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Shadow Raven! Black Knight fall! Let me in.
I guess this is it.
Check this out. Here's backup.
No excuse for
Look at me.
Don't get too close. Supporting fire.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of it. At first, it was only the size of a small room. But with continued, it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and...
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our
Forebearers, you say? One doubt...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared...
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak. I could...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from...
Though your point is the very height, as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised.
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the 8... Although I am a mere mortal soldier.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the...
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay.
You see, this is what the country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But although their blood is weak, there is still strength. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons mean. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contract, fair enough.
Since we Adepti have but how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the overlord of the... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that... Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the... Last time we saw Zhongli was before we... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make sure...
The key here is consumer psychology.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that's...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the City of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as some...
No, don't let her get to... You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off.
Paimon knew that we should never...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had any... Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except nothing personal. We just have different views. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for So actually,
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once... You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking?
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the... No, wait! That's an exciting twist!
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that, as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is not even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself,
Oh, Zhongli...
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their role. Indeed I was. The Gnosis which I had kept for so many... That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard...
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return...
Of course. And it would have been just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents.
In the end, the resolution... Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old... All of these things turned out as I had planned. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors.
Huh? That...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel...
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return...
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trick...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsar... Uncover that answer for your...
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going... So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui.
Fatui? They certainly...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui...
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere.
Yes, and to think that it...
Say, do you think the person...
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits together. That person must have... Still, what sort of supernatural
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, gods and adepti live glorious lives. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that, having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celest. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing... So that's... Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking... Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? Did Zhongli tell them in secret after... Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going... Look, it's Ningguang and Kuqing. Are they saying something?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the
3,700 years of contracts burnt and...
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous, but blinded...
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to... Will you stand with us as we
So concludes the words of... Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything...
Huh? Is she looking this...
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is... Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
The cleanup of the premises, managing the...
Why, you... Were you just trying to... If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is come, and here you are looking all...
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have... Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some...
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when... But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also... The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true... I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, but if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and... This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions...
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes,
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now, knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of, 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, all right then, was there anything? Ah, that was a good one. Failing at that said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to I hinted as much to the How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti? All right then. Was there anything?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did... I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger... all right then. Was there any... The time of the Adepti has long passed. Kuching is absolutely right in... Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, could the original person who brought up... All right then. Was there...
That's right. Zhongli, since Morax is... Also, isn't the Golden House the only minted...
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed...
This is terrible. We're all...
Yes, this is indeed a... Well, I sup...
Then, did you at least set some
Oh, a private fund. It's...
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at... All right then. Was there... Well then. I suppose you'll have to find a way to...